Another young boy has come forward claiming he was sexually assaulted by an older teenager and then punished after coming forward with the abuse.
And our clients have alleged that the response was punishment.
He wouldn't have any of these cases if he was waiting for boys to come to them. We don't want any secrets here.
He's the fifth child to sue Lives Under Construction Boys Ranch in Lampe, Missouri, but the founder of the religious facility strongly denies the claim. Color 10's Robert Jehle investigates.
We're trying to prove our case that these assaults occurred and that the ranch knew or should have known of them.
Springfield attorney Randy Cowherd is no stranger to Lives Under Construction Boys Ranch, also known as LUC. He's represented all 5 boys who say they were assaulted at the ranch. Plus, he helped the family of a couple win a large settlement against LUC after 2 teens escaped the ranch and murdered the husband and wife back in 2013. But now, a 5th child has come forward with several new accusations against the ranch.
His allegation is that he was sexually assaulted by an older person at the camp.
The lawsuit identifies the boy as John Doe 5. He attended the ranch several years ago and was 12 years old at the time. John Doe 5 says he was sexually molested and physically assaulted by several older teenage residents. And when he spoke up about the abuse, he claims he was forced to perform 100 hours of labor with the very people who molested him. Then, he says the older teens physically assaulted him for reporting them. Attorneys claim LUC didn't tell the state about the incident and didn't provide proper psychiatric care for the boy.
Not everything that Mr. Cowherd says is factual. We have never done that. That is never even remotely close that what we would be doing. We would never put the bully and the victim together on that.
Ken Ortman started Lives Under Construction in 1982 to help young boys who have behavioral problems. Over 2 years, they learn different work trades. The majority of them come from adopted or foster families, and they are taken off all medications when they arrive.
So it's a long-term program. It takes a while to break the bad habit. They work in the community, do jobs for other people. I believe God can and does change hearts.
But I asked Ortman about the new lawsuit and why he believes 5 different boys have now come forward claiming they were assaulted.
If a young man gets a call from an attorney who is promising a bunch of money in exchange for allegations, it's pretty tempting for somebody to do that. It's not probably unusual that you would find out of hundreds of graduates that have been here, that you would find a few that would be disgruntled.
Ortman didn't know all of the specifics of the new lawsuit, but he says if any of the boys were assaulted, they never told anyone while they were at the ranch. Therefore, staff couldn't do anything about it.
We routinely actually ask the boys, has there been anything that you need to report? So if there is ever a time when a boy who is younger, smaller, senses that they are being bullied in any way, that they are to tell staff, parents, anybody immediately so that we can take care of it. They might have gone to a consular privilege, consular confidence.
And that's something the lawsuit takes issue with. It claims LUC was cited by the Department of Social Services for not reporting sexual abuse. Plus, the suit says Ortman only has a degree in wildlife management, and he and his staff don't have the proper training to be handling adolescent youth.
Missouri has a statute that says that if these facilities are religious-based, they are exempt from licensing. They can only have oversight if these groups agree to it voluntarily. What it requires is someone to make a hotline call of abuse or neglect. That's the one way that the state could intervene and maybe pull children out of there.
I believe that we should be under every law and every protocol to enforce the laws that anybody else doing this same kind of work is under. So we have not tried to hide from it. We have not tried to cover anything.
Ortman is confident his staff would make a hotline call if needed. He also says his staff has done so many times in the past.
Every hotline that has ever been done on LUC has been unsubstantiated for any neglect or abuse by LUC. Check with DSS on this. You probably won't find another program that's never in their history had even one substantiated claims.
And we did exactly that. The state says from 2009 to 2019, Lives Under Construction did have one substantiated report of neglect, but we don't know the details or when it happened. Similar programs like Great Circle Mental Health in Springfield also had one substantiated report of neglect in that same time period. Good Samaritan Boys Ranch in Brighton had none. The lawsuit's main conclusion says LUC has created a culture of assault and failed to protect the boys. But Ortman says simply, there's no cover-up.
The first assault started in 2009, and we still have an allegation of an assault all the way out in 2014 and 15. So certainly, as we've alleged, that we see that as a pattern that is ongoing.
We could not keep a secret if we tried, because there's too many ways that we would get found out.
Was Robert Jehle reporting. Several of the previous John Doe lawsuits have already been settled and offenders have served time. Cowherd argues that the ranch hasn't made enough changes since those first lawsuits, but over the years, Ortman says he's added security cameras and changed numerous staff policies. He also tells parents about the abuse allegations before they send their child to the ranch. Ortman showed hundreds of letters and emails he's gotten from local businesses and organizations thanking him for his work and telling how great the boys turn out. Right now, the lawsuit is still working its way through court.